The second pillar of empowerment are tools. Tools to help you do the task. I was asked recently, Randy, do tools work? And my response is no, tools don't work. People do. But people can do much better work with proper tools. I've never seen a shovel dig a ditch, but I have observed that people can dig ditches more effectively with shovels than without. Now, I'd also caution you, as I describe the tools, that your ability to effectively use the tool will also be critical. And that leads to the next pillar. That's the pillar of training. But today, at this instant, right now, I'm going to speak to you about the pillar itself of simply having a proper tool set that enable you to effectively do the task. And I would give you this bit of advice that whenever you are talking, there's some likelihood that you're going backwards. When a tool is talking, there's a greater probability that you're going forward. I learned a number of years ago that what is most appropriate is for me to say as little as I must to let a tool then begin to do the work. Hence the whole logic behind the invitation. What do? We invite to let a tool talk. We invite to a home business review to let a tool talk. We invite to get ourselves out of the way so a tool can talk. You see, that's the first form of leverage. We get involved in this business and we contemplate leverage. And so frequently think of all these people out there doing something and we're going to share in their efforts. J. Paul Getty so famously said years ago that he'd rather have 1% of the results of 100 people than 100% of his own results or 100% of his own efforts. And that's the leverage we tend to think of. Think instead of the leverage of a tool. Contemplate the leverage of a tool talking when you cannot. Someone once asked me if I would describe the business to a prospect, to a candidate for them. And I said, well, I'll give them a CD and let the CD describe the business. They said, well, Randy, why? Why do you want to do that? I said, well, the CD costs $1 and my time's worth more than $1. And so I let a tool do the talking when I can. So if we look at the overall process, I believe that in MVP there has been an assembly of absolutely extraordinary content, beginning with the Getting Started workbook. If you will come to fully understand what are those 10 steps, what are they, how do they work, why do they work? When I can visit any group of people, if I can address a crowd of 15 or 20 people or 15 or 20,000 people and say, tell me what's step 3 and what's 2 and what's 6 and what's 4 and what's 7 and how does it execute it, why does it exist? When a preponderance of people know the answer to that, I know I've got a business that can duplicate. That's a crowd of people that can go somewhere. When it has not yet been reduced to a tool information delivery process, when it's people doing the talking, then I know that I have a business that is predicated upon the value and strength of 1 or 2 unique personalities. And when those unique personalities, for whatever reason, are not available, then the productivity all comes screeching to a halt. So ask yourself this simple question. Do you want a business that is based upon the strength of a personality or 2, or do you want a business that can successfully duplicate based upon a proven predictable pattern of activities where a tool does the talking? At MVP, we have a really remarkable tool kit. In the training portion, we'll describe which tool is designed for which person, but know and understand that there is a proven predictable pattern of activities, and that proven and predictable pattern of activities can be found in the Getting Started workbook and the companion CD. You will therein learn that there is no luck and there is no guesswork. You will learn through a CD called HBR Basics that there is a correct way to conduct a home business review. You will learn there is a correct way to invite. You will learn there is a correct way to engage in every single activity required for success in our business. And you'll be benefited to borrow from the life experiences of so many. I strongly, strongly, strongly encourage you to make it a requirement of yourself and a suggestion to your group that they fully understand, fully embrace, and fully delve into the entire MVP Getting Started toolkit, all of it in its entirety. Know it, understand it, know the primary, secondary values of every single component of that toolkit. In so doing, you will have gone far to assure yourself that you have a business that can duplicate based upon a proven and predictable pattern of activities. I assure you, I brought to bear my entire 24 years of life experience in this industry. The content created by my peers and counterparts is extraordinary, and I will tell you that I have greater confidence in the materials that I participate in the creation thereof than anything I've done before in my business. There is a way for you to succeed. The tools and training made available by MVP are key components, key contributors to your success. These are the pillars that make MVP work.